Welcome to a full review on all of the Slingshot wings here at MACkite. This is Cam, this is Ryan, and I'm Cole, and we are going to give you guys a brief overview on every single wing that Slingshot produces for wake foiling. Alrighty, so the first wing in the lineup is our Gamma wing. Now, this is a super fun little wing. It's got a lot of speed on it. The low end isn't great, so you do have to get the boat up to speed in order to get it up and out of the water. However, out of all the wings here on the table, this one's gonna be able to go the fastest. So if you're looking to do airs, 360s, backflips, something along those lines, this is a wing for you. If you are a smaller rider, you can still ride the first or second roller with this wing. Some guys love to pump with it because, again, it has a higher aspect ratio, which is going to make it more efficient for pumping, as more of that front wing is going to be used for lift, which is going to help with pumping. But again, pumping that kind of wing is only going to be good for smaller riders. For larger riders, you're going to want to have a bigger front wing for pumping.
Yeah, I found that wing, it was super fun, but you definitely need speed. Speed is the key with the Gamma 68. There is no way I was letting go of the rope myself and riding the wave. However, really fast, really accelerates in the wave. You can, for anyone that's new to foiling, or maybe they've been up and riding already and they want to start getting that feel to pump, I found it was a pretty good one to do that with, because you're gonna start to feel the power of the wake and get the mechanics of pumping down without really being at risk of throwing yourself all over. It's not like a bunking Bronco because you don't have that much lift with it. So great one to learn the mechanics on. I would say airs, if you're just trying to learn some mechanics of foiling, or if you're a lightweight rider, this wing is a great option in your quiver.
Yeah, it's going to be an awesome wing. If you're looking for a foil that can do it all, you know, if you have a dad and a son riding, you know, dad might not be able to ride without the rope on the second wake with this thing, but his son could. So again, this wing is one that does it all for everyone. So if you're looking for one setup, go with this guy. You won't regret it.
Yeah, this was honestly my favorite wing in the whole lineup when we took him out. Just because, like they said, it's really great for lighter riders, and I am at 135 pounds, so I was really able to get a good top end, start pumping, ride ropeless on the second wake. So yeah, overall, this was definitely my favorite.
All right, moving on here, we've got the Infinity 76 wing. This has been a staple for Slingshot foils for a while. Really fun wing. I found that this one, at my weight, right around 180 pounds, it had a good amount of lift where I was able to easily ride that second roller. Still a narrow enough wingspan where I was able to carve it back and forth and have quite a bit of fun on it. I felt like this was a really good wing for me at my weight, for anyone that's either learning how to foil or wants to learn how to foil without the rope and start riding that wake. I thought it did really well in that aspect.
Yeah, so one thing I will say with this wing is it's a great all-around wing for adults, but again, if you have smaller riders or kids, this wing is right on the edge of being too large to learn on, somewhere where the Gamma might excel. But if you guys are looking to get into pumping, this is one of my favorite wings to recommend to people. This was the wing that I first learned how to pump on. Again, it's not going to be the best pumping front wing on the market, however, one of the best ones to learn on.
Yeah, I definitely really enjoyed riding this. I'm right on that low end of being able to ride it with my weight, but I still had a ton of fun. It was great to start kind of getting the feel for pumping, ride the wake. Again, if you do have younger little kids, you might want to stick with something like the Gamma 68, but this is a great wing. This is honestly the foil I wish I had learned on.
But did you feel like this wing was too big for you being at 130? Because I'm like about 175 and this wing felt awesome, but you're a little smaller than I am.
It's definitely just on the big end for me. I like sitting around, you know, the 1150 square centimeter range. I can't go super fast with it, otherwise I just can't hold it down. But just for learning, cruising around on that second wake, I still had a blast with it.
Great, so this wing, what would you say? Your average 160 to 200 pound rider looking to start riding that second roller without the rope. maybe looking to get into a little bit of pumping, get out of the wake a little bit, learning the fundamentals of flat water pumping, this would be a great wing, great option for you.
Yeah, and when we say that weight range, we're going to assume that you're on a wake boat with a large wake on it. If you're riding something like a fishing boat or something that's not necessarily a wake boat with ballast, this wing's going to be better on that lower end of that weight range. Because it has good lift, it's going to be better for those smaller riders on a wake that's not as large as something like a wake boat. Moving on, Cam, break it down for us. What do we got?
All right, so this is the Infinity 84, or the F-Sup. This was honestly my second favorite wing out of the lineup, which is surprising because this is, I believe, 2,000 square centimeters. Really big wing, especially for someone my size, but I was still able to get up, sit on that second roller, and I just had a ton of fun. It's big, it's got a lot of drag, but I definitely love just cruising around. Another great one to learn on, especially if you're kind of getting up towards that 200-pound range.
Yeah, so the Infinity 84 here, again, it's a great wing shape for learning how to pump. For me personally, when I was learning how to pump, I was about 160 pounds, and the Infinity 76 was a better option for me. However, if you're about 180 pounds or 170, if you're about 170 pounds or up, I'd recommend learning how to pump on the 84. It's gonna give you a little bit more lift, and it's gonna give you a little bit more of a better chance of learning how to pump faster. The one thing is, with all these foils, as we move up in size, is you start to lose mobility. So you won't be able to carve as aggressively because the front wing is so large. It's almost like a tank trying to move through the water. It's gonna have a really hard time tipping side to side. So if you're looking to carve, I wouldn't go any bigger than the 84 because it's just gonna be a slower wing for you.
Yep.
But with less mobility, it's gonna be more stable. So for those larger riders, this wing's awesome.
Yeah, I'd agree with you 100%. Very stable, easy to ride, user-friendly wing. Doesn't carve as well as the Infinity 76. Not as fast as the Infinity 76, but really great wing, really stable, lots of flow. If you've got a small boat, small wake that you're riding on, or you're a larger weight rider, this is a great option for you. Moving on here, next to the Infinity 99. The biggest Infinity wing in their lineup currently. This is a very large wing, and this one actually surprised me quite a bit. I don't know what you guys thought about it the first time riding it.
Yeah, one thing that really surprised me was this thing carves very similarly to the Infinity 84, which is really surprising because it's a lot larger than the 84 wing is. So that was something that was huge for me. And because it has more surface area, you can pump it really, really easy. I think I was riding at about 6 or 7 miles per hour, and I was still able to stay up on foil, which with all these smaller wings, that is not even close to possible.
Yeah, this wing is definitely too big for someone my size to have a ton of fun on it. I mean, you were driving the boat, what were we doing, like 5 miles an hour?
Yeah, 5 or 6.
5 or 6. I was up on foil. The boat hadn't even like made a wake yet, and I was just chilling there. So that's kind of cool if you want to just go super slow, but you're not going to have a ton of fun once you're down in the 135, 140 pound range. So I don't have a ton to say on it because that's all I really got to do before I'd get ripped off, but yeah.
Yeah, this wing is really good for those larger riders, but I definitely wouldn't recommend it for everyone. If you're looking to get one wing, stay away from this guy because it's not going to be the correct wing for everyone that's riding the boat.
Yeah, I thought, I was really surprised with the amount of speed it was able to handle for a large wing.
Yeah.
So lots of lift, handled speed pretty well, which I think allows it to be a pretty good pumping wing. So if you're riding really small rollers or you want to go back there further, this is a great option for you. Larger weight riders, smaller wakes, give the Infinity 99 a try. It's a lot of fun. Another one that you can start pumping on. A little bit easier to learn how to pump with the 99 than the 84 or 76 for anyone that's a larger weight rider. All right, moving on. Last one in the lineup. The Slingshot Quantum 100. So this is part of their F pump package. This is the pump wing from Slingshot. This is what you want if your goal is to go out there, pump around the boat, wake to wake transfers. That being said, it has a super wide wingspan. It's going to be more difficult to maneuver, to turn. This is not necessarily a beginner wing. you want to have some foiling skills already. You want to be up and riding. I would even say probably able to ride the wake without a rope, able to pump a little bit before you move on to the Quantum 100 wing.
So this wing I had a ton of fun on. With all of these wings here, they're awesome to learn how to pump on, but it's really hard to take your pumping to the next level on them. And that has to do with the lower aspect ratios. They're just not as efficient for pumping. With that being said, I was super impressed that Slingshot came out with a wing that actually had the ability to improve your pumping skills on. Because again, the Infinity series, they're great. They're awesome if you're getting into the sport, but taking your riding to the next level is not possible on them. With this thing, I actually felt like it was pretty comparable to other brands that I personally choose to ride, because here at the shop we have access to so many different wings. I choose other brands than Slingshot to pump on, but this wing is actually changing my mind. One thing they'll say that's slightly different to Ryan is I think that if you do have a strong background in wakeboarding or wake surfing, you can certainly learn how to ride in this wing. I know everyone doesn't have the funding to buy a package and then buy a separate front wing. So if you're online and you're seeing all these videos of guys pumping around the boat, off the dock, and you're looking to get into the sport and you're like, that's exactly what I want to do, definitely look into the F pump package by Slingshot, because you're going to get this front wing and it's going to give you the ability to ride like the pros.
Kind of like Cole said, you definitely could learn on this wing. If you do have the means, you're going to have a lot easier time starting on something like this. Another thing that I noticed, just for, again, our lighter riders out there, this likes to be moving fast, and it was a little hard for me at my weight to hold it down at like the speeds it wanted to go. So that's another thing just to be thinking about is, you know, kind of your weight. I believe this is 1,700 square centimeters.
Yep.
Correct? Yeah. So that's one thing. But yeah, I still had a ton of fun on it.
They do have a smaller Quantum wing as well. So Cam would have been a little better off if we had the Quantum 85 out there. Drop down on the surface area a little bit so he's able to handle that extra lift. But this is what we took out and we're riding that day. So Quantum 100 wing, great for anyone that really wants to pump. Pumping is the name of the game with this wing. If you're new, it's going to have a little bit steeper learning curve than some of the other wings in the Slingshot series. However, you can learn on it. But if your main goal is to pump, go for the Quantum 100. Just
try not to set some, you know, unreasonable expectations here. If you are buying this wing with the intention of being able to pump and get into dock starts, that's definitely not something that's super easy to just learn how to dock start. So definitely still take it behind your boat, learn how to foil, learn how to start pumping in the flat water with the rope, without the rope, before you think, hey, I'm just gonna buy this wing, never foiled before, throw it off my dock and go rip for 5 minutes. That's just
absolutely
super difficult. Yes. He's the only guy I know who can do it even close to that long.
All right, guys, this has been Ryan, Cam, and Cole here today. If you've got any questions about these Slingshot wings or any wings in their lineup, don't hesitate to reach out to us at the shop. We'd love to chat with you on the phone or online, help you figure out which wing might be best for you and your situation.